Hey guys, Sharpend here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create two future garage Reese basses that sound something like this. So, in order to create this type of basses, I'm going to be using Serum. So the first thing I'm going to do is to enable the second oscillator, and I'm going to set the first oscillator to a sine wave, like that. So now, in order to create that movement that the Reese bass has, I'm going to detune each oscillator apart from the other one. So that means that I'm going to increase the pitch of the first oscillator by around 25 cents. And I'm going to decrease the pitch of the second oscillator by around 25 cents as well, like that. So now I'm going to set them both down an octave, like this. And I'm going to add some white noise. It sounds like this, but I'm going to pitch it down so that it'll bend better with our oscillators, like this. So now that we have our basic sound, we're going to start adding some effects, like some distortion, quite a lot of distortion, and some EQ, in which we're going to be using the low pass filter function, and I'm going to low pass it quite a bit, something like that. And you can increase the resonance if you're looking for more of an acid type sound, like that. Or you could decrease the resonance if you're looking for a more typical sound that doesn't have some additional characteristic, like that. So I'm going to set it in the middle, and I'm going to add some compression after the EQ, and I'm going to set it to multiband mode, which is exactly the same like the OTT plugin, and I'm going to increase the gain by around 10 dB, like that. So one final thing I'm going to do is to add some low pass filter again, and then it's up to you. You can increase the cutoff if you're looking for a more gritty and in-your-face type of sound, like that. Or you could keep the cutoff closed if you're looking for a very low sound that doesn't have a lot of high frequency content, like this. And you could always increase the resonance if you're looking for a more acidy sound, like this. So now that we have the basic sound, there's one more function that we can do to make it sound more interesting, which is glide notes, like we have here in our bassline MIDI. As you can see, there are notes that transition to the next bar, and what I'm going to do is to set it to mono and legato so that it doesn't play two notes at the same time, because if it does, it just creates clutters, like this one. As you can see, it sounds pretty bad, so I'm going to allow it to play only one note at a time, like this. And if you want, you could also increase the portamento time to make the glide way more noticeable, like this. And that is pretty much it for the first one. So I'm going to move on to the second one. The second one is a bit more gritty, but it's also simpler. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to enable two oscillators, but I'm going to keep them both as saw waves, and I'm going to detune each one apart from the other one, like that. But I'm also going to detune them by using the unison function, like that. So right now they sound like this, and I'm going to lower the pitch by an octave, like that. So I'm going to enable the mono and legato and some gliding with the portamento, like we did in the previous bass. And I'm going to add some noise as well. I'm going to be adding pink noise this time, and I'm going to pitch it down as well. This time it's important that the noise is very clear and that you can hear some of it, because it makes up for a big part of the sound. Something like that. So now I'm going to enable the sub-bass oscillator. I'm going to set it to a triangle wave, and I'm going to set it to go directly out so that it doesn't get affected by any effects that we add. Like that. So now we're going to add some low pass filter, a very steep curve on the low pass filter, and we're going to check how it sounds with our cutoff. Something like that. And you could also add some slight distortion before, and also some compression before the low pass filter. Again, we're going to be using the multiband function, which is just like an OTT, and some gain. And that is pretty much the second sound. As you can hear, the noise makes up for the important gritty characteristic of the sound, and without it, it sounds pretty dull, like this. So it's important to have the level of it to be pretty high. So one last thing that you should do generally is to sidechain your Reese bass to the kick very dominantly, so that each time the kick hits, the bass ducks, like that. As you can see, the volume goes down by quite a bit, and that is pretty much it. If you want to learn more about creating the drums featured in this video, you can check out my tutorial number 5 video titled Future Garage and Chillout Drum Patterns. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what subject you want me to cover up next time.